It's sunrise. I'm just making my second cup of coffee. Christy's on the road. Send her your safest thoughts so she gets home tonight. Easy peasy. And it's still nice and cold here, but now that the sun's coming up, it'll start to warm up. We'll see where we go. There it is. Feel like singing some kind of Beatles song. Good morning, it's Barbara. I'm getting in the sunshine now. I don't even know if this is going to work. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. Happy Boxing Day. Happy Hanukkah. I could turn a light on, but it feels like I just want to be in natural light. So Christy left this morning. It is about 7:40 now. She left about 6:30, and I drank my coffee and vegged a little. I didn't get much sleep last night because, you know, anytime I have to get up, I didn't have to. Anytime I decide to get up early, I feel like I need more Christmas tree in my view. Anytime I decide to get up early, I have trouble sleeping. Whether that's exactly what happened last night, I'm not sure. I did have 2 cups of coffee yesterday, which I wasn't doing. But I think it's just kind of a cycle. I think it's just kind of a cycle. So last night, or maybe it was this morning when I was, you know, we were talking for a few minutes before she left. I said, no more Advents. She said, what are you going to talk about? I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. I have no more Advents, but it was such a wonderful Advent. Thank you again, Megan. And sending healing thoughts to Megan. She's still post-surgery and still not able to knit yet. So we're sending her our hopes for a quick recovery. Anyway, so yesterday I made another batch of crackers. We were going through a lot of crackers. Well, they're our crunch, you know, our savory crunch. So I have lots of crackers. And I made Christy a birthday card, which I enjoyed making a lot. And so I think maybe I'll just sit down and sketch up some cards and see what comes of that. So that was fun. Maybe her museum sketchbook was inspiring. But her birthday is on Wednesday, and so I wanted to send her home with a card and a little something, something, so I did that yesterday. Yeah. Other than that, not too much. I did not craft at all. My arm was really bugging me yesterday. I had, you know, just puttered around all day. I had left a vase, luckily not one that I was, you know, madly in love with. It was a nice vase, and obviously I used it, but out on the table on the deck, and over the time frame it had filled up with water, and then, you know, we had sub-freezing temperatures, and the water inside froze, expanded, and completely shattered this vase. But when Dennis brought it in, it was half holding together because it was all in the ice anyway. So I had shards and shards of that in our laundry sink where he had put it to melt the ice. And so I cleaned that, and I was trying to clean the smoker trays, and anyway, I ended up using my arm quite a lot early-ish in the day, and it was pretty sore, and it was sore when I went to bed last night. I don't think that's what kept me awake, though. It's possible, but it feels a little bit better today, except now that I'm like, does this feel okay? You know, I can feel it. I think it's better today than it was yesterday. So But yesterday I was not inspired to do any crafting aside from my painting a card. And I am thinking, maybe I'll just sketch some cards. Sit there and just sketch some cards. I have all the stuff right here to do that, and I might just do that. We were, on Christmas Eve, Dennis made a fire. And so the whole rest of the house ends up getting chilly because the fire warms the room where the thermostat is, and so the furnace doesn't run. So his office was kind of cold, and he reminded me that he has for several years had a request in for me to make him fingerless gloves. So it occurred to me that I might think about doing that. You know, when you're married to a knitter, you should be able to get fingerless gloves, right? Now he doesn't want fingerless mitts. He wants gloves, which is what the problem is. If he wanted fingerless mitts, he would have had them years ago. Maybe I should have just made him fingerless mitts and say, here's something to hold you over till I'm ready to do fingerless gloves. Because then you got to do each little finger up to like here. But it did occur to me that I might want to do that. The other thing is that my local, I told you this before, my local yarn shop had what they call the 12 days of Christmas. Oh, fun fact, you might not know that the first day of Christmas is Christmas Day. You know the song, The 12 Days of Christmas? The first day of Christmas is Christmas Day. The 12 days of Christmas run from Christmas to the Epiphany. So I always thought that Christmas was the 12th day. It's not. It's the first day. But they were running their 12 days of Christmas for the 12 days before Christmas. And the last day, the 12th day of Christmas, was 25% off everything in the store. Now I had already bought some Noro because they had specified Noro on another day, and I had shown you that yarn. But I may have bought a sweater's quantity of DK yarn at 25% off. And and you know what else I bought? Tunisian crochet hooks, because when Christy was looking up how to make a granny square for her Experimadvent, which she got very excited about the granny squares. She may be doing granny squares for a while. I said, you know, I've been always intrigued by Tunisian crochet and wonder what that was. So we watched a video on Tunisian crochet, which made me think maybe I would like to try Tunisian crochet. So they had Tunisian crochet hooks that are Licca and go on Licca cords. And so I bought 2 different sizes. They only had 2. So who knows? I might try Tunisian crochet in 2023. That's my plan. But I also bought some, I think it was Dreams in Color, DK, in a fuchsia color. Oh, that'll go very well with this. I wonder, but I would have to pull this double for DK. Couple of pink stripes in my fuchsia sweater. We'll see. But anyway, so that's coming. The other thing I ordered, I was just, you know, every once in a while I get caught by those Instagram ads. I also ordered ground cacao chocolate beans that are ground like coffee grounds, and you treat them like coffee, filter them like coffee, and you know, and it makes a drink that's very uncaffeinated. It's probably relatively bitter, but you know, a little cream. So I like having hot chocolate. I don't know, it might be. Anyway, I'm looking forward to that coming. I'll tell you all about it when it comes. So today we are having company. Aura, Dennis's sister Kim, and his brother Gary are coming to visit their mother today. Neither of them are really coming to visit us. They're coming to visit Aura. And so we will have company today. Dennis is going to make Portuguese pork in case they want to have dinner. And so we'll have a little company upstairs for Aura. They'll probably sit in the sitting room. They might sit down here. Who knows? We haven't seen Gary in quite a while. He is not a social creature. He's a lovely man with a very dry sense of humor. But he's, you know, just happy to not have a lot of people around. So it'll be good to see him. So they're coming today. Then tomorrow, I'm on vacation. Tomorrow I'm off. Tomorrow we aren't expecting any company or anything like that. And on Wednesday, the granddaughters are coming. But they're coming in the evening, and they're staying over till Friday night because their childcare program is closed for the week, and so they're being passed around to grandparents, and we get them from Wednesday night to Friday night, and so that's exciting. I have a couple of things I'm thinking about doing with them, so we'll see what happens. One thing is I have a bin from the dining room ready to go through. It's marked kids stuff, and my guess is it's mostly stuff from when they were much younger, because it's got to have been in that dining room for 3 years. So I don't know if there's anything in there that'll be interesting, but we will all discover it together when they come. Well, that'll be our project for Thursday. And we'll do some crafting and, you know, and then we'll be on our devices as we are. So that'll be fun. So one day off with no company. And then a couple of days, and then they'll go home Friday night, and Saturday is New Year's Eve. Yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed for 2023. What do you say? Anyway, it's been so nice to have Christy here. I love it when she comes to stay. And, but she's ready to be home. She's had a stressful time because things, you know, things at home, it was a shame. The furnace broke. Well, the furnace wasn't working. You know, I mean, she wasn't even halfway across the country when it stopped working. So, good thing Rich was there because it got very cold in Mississippi. And then you know, there's a lot of pressure on the power grid with this weather. And so they've been having rolling blackouts in their part of the state. And so they were turning off the power for a half an hour at a time. And I only heard about one that was out for him for one half an hour period. But he said that the temperature in the house dropped 5 degrees in that half an hour. So it's been stressful for her to be away and leave Rich with all the worries and, of course, the dog. So she will be glad to be home, and so we will keep our fingers crossed that all goes well with her trip. And there you go. But no Advent. Yeah. I do like my Advents. It's a lot of fun. So thank you again, Megan, and thank you everybody for joining me for Corona Vlogmas. I got everything moved to a new computer, and I don't know if I have to figure out how to get my my regular vlog. You know, introduction, intro, and outro, and all that, because I've switched to the Corona Vlogmas. Although before I wasn't really editing, so I was just doing uploading a video without any intro and all that stuff. So I don't know if I'll go back to that, because Dennis has me all set up on this fancy computer. Maybe one of my 2023 plans should be to learn my software better so that I can do fancy things. People do fancy things. I don't do anything fancy. I don't know how to do anything fancy. So maybe I'll get better at because he bought me an upgraded package when he moved me to a new computer. So Wouldn't be a bad thing to learn how to use it. I can do that. So maybe, you know, take the opportunity of the new year. I don't generally do resolutions. But I do think of it as sort of a way to sort of start fresh a little bit, you know. So maybe I'll see about Tunisian crochet, and maybe I'll learn my editing software a little better. I feel like I, you know, need to think about the vlog, and, you know, I think I'd miss you if I didn't do it every day, but maybe I'll go to a sort of Leslie motif of, you know, talking to you every once in a while during the week and then putting them all together. But I can imagine me sitting there talking. I've talked for 16 minutes now, doing that every morning, and then just glom it all together, and then you still have, you know, why not put it up, right? So I'm still thinking about it. But anyway, welcome to the morning. Welcome to Boxing Day. Please take good care of yourselves, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Stay safe and stay safe.